All right, here we go. My name's Todd. I'm Zeus X brother, and
I'm Brent, and today we've got Dom with us from WyvernX. We're going to be discussing his white paper, but we're going to let him introduce himself first.
So, hello everybody. My name is Dom, and I'm the person behind WyvernX project, which has been recently added to the TitanX Hub. And shout out to Mike for doing that. So thank you, and also thank you guys for having me on your show.
oh yeah, no problem.
A few words about myself. I am in the crypto space since 2017. For approximately 3 years, I've been working in the Web3 industry as a software engineer before moving on to building in the blockchain space. What really inspired me to start programming was the promise of the blockchain technology and what cryptocurrencies can bring to the people. And yeah, I just wanted to be then part of this financial revolution, and that's why I started programming. Fast forward into 2019, I got involved in more like DeFi landscape, purchased my first hacks from Richard Hart. And then what really got me inspired is when I saw what Jake was building on the Ethereum network and wanted to be part of this growing community. And that's how, WyvernX was born.
Hey, when did you discover TitanX? I'm curious about that.
Well, I discovered TitanX last year. So it's pretty new. I'm a person that is kind of first reading the smart contract, observing the project, and then when I saw how many builders gathered around Jake and the idea of building something real like unique, I would say. Then I started looking into how I can contribute and what can I bring, what kind of value I can bring to the TitanX community.
Nice.
How
Yeah.
long have you been working on this project?
This project, I guess since last year, I would say it's already 6 months that it's in works. We spoke briefly about this project with Jake, and he gave me some ideas. And since then, I just got into my basement and started coding.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. What else? I love dancing. For those of you who are, I don't know, looking for, finding ways to meet interesting people, I dance salsa and bachata. So I can really recommend this to everybody who is, I don't know, looking for working on their relationships, social skills. I right now dance a little bit more bachata.
Did you say you do salsa also?
Yeah, salsa. I love salsa, love bachata, and really, guys, it's for everyone listening. It's like just to give you a picture of what's happening. I mean, when you go to a party where people dance salsa or bachata, it's completely different atmosphere than your normal clubbing situation where you go and everyone is kind of hostile immediately to you. At these parties, you just come up to any girl, you got some basic dance moves, like just the basic. If you learn the basic, you can just come up to any girl, and 95% of the time she'll want to dance with you. So it's great. And because I'm integrated here in the dancing scene, yeah, it's pretty much like a taxi dancer. You go in and you dance with 20, 30 girls, one after another. And for the girls as well, for if you want to meet interesting guys, you can also do that. So yeah, I guess that's about
my
me.
wife dances salsa, so I tried. Like I took lessons I'm tone deaf, so I cannot hear the beat. Like I can hear the beat, but I don't recognize when you have to move your feet, and I
Oh,
cannot dance. I wish I could, but I can't dance.
we have no rhythm. We have zero freaking rhythm.
Yeah.
No worries. It's all about consistency. You know, it's just you have to put in the hours, and at some point you will hear that beat. I believe in you guys.
I got to find a teacher.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, but in the area, you should have some, no, and some dance schools, right?
Well, my wife's from Texas, and she had a guy that was teaching her, and I went down, and he worked with me for one day. I was there with one day, so we did a little lesson, and I think if I had a guy like that, I think I could get it eventually.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I'm telling you, it's all about the hours. You know, you have like you cracked 50, 60 hours on the dance floor. You'll be next John Travolta, I can promise.
Nice.
Salsa, if I could dance, that would be the one type of dance I wish I could do. So I watch people do it. I'm like, wow, I wish I could do that. Because my wife can do it, so I could dance with my wife, but I can't.
Yep.
Yeah, well, at some point, maybe you just come over to Germany and we do some session here.
Okay, I'll tell you what. We'll come to Germany. You can take my wife and go dance.
No.
I enjoy photography.
I'll drag you to the party too.
I enjoy photography,
together.
so I'll go off and take pictures of the mountains and the forest, and you and my wife can go dance.
Boy.
All right. Oh boy. You got it.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's
All right, cool.
pretty much me about the intro, and yeah, WyvernX.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah. So for those of you tuning in who are a little bit more crypto native and are already in the TitanX community, and you're busy, you don't want to listen for 20 minutes of us ranting about the WyvernX white paper, I'll give you a TLDR on what WyvernX is, so that you can just go on with your life and go on and building something or providing other value. So WyvernX is a beast, I would say, protocol joining the battle for TitanX staking pool share. And the protocols that WyvernX will be directly competing with, and correct me here if I'm wrong, but that would be DragonX and Helios at the very moment. So if I were to compare WyvernX to another build on TitanX protocol that we have in TitanX ecosystem, it would come close to Helios. However, with some different that WyvernX has, WyvernX has some a little bit more powerful tweaks in the design. So in short, WyvernX is a TitanX protocol. TitanX is the input token, which is used to hire hunters, and hunters is basically similar to miners in TitanX. WyvernX has a limited supply, but a specific condition has to be met for that capped supply to kick in. WyvernX has buy and stake of TitanX instead of buy and burn. It maximizes stakeholder value by, giving as much TitanX as possible back to the community. And it can distribute up to 97% of TitanX fees in staking rewards for those who are staking WyvernX. So if you want to contribute to your favorite protocol, TitanX, and to its deflationary nature, and then get access to TitanX rewards and WyvernX rewards in basically one protocol, then you can join the cause and become a WyvernX hunter with the rest of the TitanX community. So that's the TLDR for those of you who are already in TitanX and you know what Helios and DragonX is. But for those of you who are tuning in and well, you just want to know what Wyvern token is, then a few more infos for you. Most important thing that you should be knowing is that it's a fair launch token, so everyone has access to the pool and basically the tokens as anyone else. So there's no VC, no team allocation, no founder allocation, no 80% lockup of tokens vesting and then dumping on the community. Everyone has the same access. Once the token launches, you can just go off on Uniswap and acquire tokens or participate in the WyvernX Hunter or WyvernX Hunt, so to say. What else? It's unruggable. So if you're tuning in and just want to know, okay, can the developer or the person that launched this token, can they withdraw the liquidity and rug the project? It's not possible. The liquidity is locked in the smart contract. And you can verify this once the project launches. You can go to the buy and burn smart contract and see that the liquidity is locked in there without the possibility to withdraw the liquidity. It has staking and burning of the token just for extra points. It's also built on a growing and promising TitanX ecosystem. So I guess that's all you need to know about WyvernX if you want to get in. Now, for those of you who are willing to stay a little bit longer and get down to the nitty-gritty of WyvernX, we can now jump into the white paper and go through the details, unless you guys have some already questions.
Well,
No, that was a good intro.
One
Yeah,
thing
go ahead,
I
Brent.
want to say is I really appreciate the fact that you're staking TitanX. I believe that every project should either burn or stake TitanX, because
Yeah,
the way TitanX goes, the rest of the ecosystem goes. When TitanX is down, the whole ecosystem's down. When TitanX is up, the whole ecosystem's up. I believe every project should be burning or staking TitanX. And
yeah,
with you staking it, it's the exact same thing as burning, but now you get the benefit of any future rewards. And speaking of that, eventually when the price of TitanX gets high enough, there will be mining again. And so there will be staking rewards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is such a great point, and you basically took it out of my mouth. And yeah, the design decision to stake instead of burn is exactly what you said. That on top of that, basically short and long-term price appreciation, which I'll delve into in a second, you also get that extra rewards, future potential rewards. So if someone really wants to participate and lock up WyvernX, then they will have the potential of getting the future rewards, which will happen because the protocol has been designed in such a way, the TitanX protocol has been designed in such a way that the price will go up. It's extremely deflationary. Well, we just have to get into the altcoin season where we have a little bit more demand, and the retail buyers are coming in. But this will happen for sure. Now, the design decision to stake is that it will allow basically two protocols, so TitanX and WyvernX, to provide value, and that those rewards, those shiny TitanX rewards for anyone who's willing to take that risk and stake WyvernX, because they're supporting the price, right? They're taking the liquidity out of the market and locking it up, so they should be rewarded handsomely, and that's what WyvernX is doing.
How long is the staking? Is there a time limit for staking?
Yeah, it's similar to the staking length of TitanX. So you can lock it up for 3,500 days, but it's pretty much similar to the TitanX staking system.
So you get more rewards if you stake longer. Is that the deal?
Exactly. So it has also the similar kind of bonuses, right? So longer pays better and bigger pays better, and this is programmed in the smart contract, and yeah, it's as it was designed in TitanX.
Ah, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So now going into the WyvernX white paper, we already learned that it's a synergy protocol. So it really utilizing TitanX max stakes to provide perpetual rewards for WyvernX stakers. During the WyvernX minting phase, users will have the chance to deposit TitanX and hire hunters. Hire hunters are basically miners from TitanX. The length is maximum 280 days, and they will have a strength from 1 to 100, similar to TitanX. At the core of WyvernX lies the vault, which is going to be a place where user can then distribute these TitanX to the TitanX protocol for staking. So the vault collects TitanX from hired hunters, and then users can call these functions similar to what DragonX is doing, and that users can, well, stake the TitanX in the TitanX protocol. Now, ETH rewards that are coming from TitanX, from those stakes, are going to be used for two reasons. The first one is that a portion is restaked to achieve maximum compounding. And this is because in order to build a position in TitanX, we have to take into account that we are already in a bull market year. So the crypto has 4-year cycle, and we are now in the 4th year. So we have not so much time to build a strong position in TitanX. So therefore, we're using the rewards from TitanX to compound. However, initially, only the hunters will be kind of building that position, because at the current stage, TitanX has only the last pool with funds. And this is because, well, simply the price is below the profitability for miners, but this will change in the future. So compounding is built in so that we can, as quickly as possible, build a strong position. And the remaining portion of the ETH is then distributed as rewards to WyvernX stakers. So in this case, what we're going to have is we're going to receive rewards from WyvernX hunters, and then like on the front end, and on the back end, the TitanX ETH fees will kick in at some point. And so this process is repeated until WyvernX has built 51% share position in the TitanX staking pool. And this is kind of the second milestone. So there will be two big milestones for WyvernX. The first one is building 41% share position, and this will be down a little bit down in the white paper. And this is the second one, which is the protocol staking milestone. And once this happens, that WyvernX has built this 51% share, there is a change in the smart contract where we stop compounding. So this portion is no longer used, and all of the rewards are then going back to the stakers of WyvernX. This is what I mentioned in the beginning, that 97% of these rewards go back to the stakers, and that's big.
Yeah, that's great. Hey,
Oh,
real
yeah.
quick, Dom.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to cover this, but I'm just curious, what percentage is going to go to restaking? So when you have your hunters start with TitanX, that TitanX is going to go to restaking and to rewards. No. This is the Ethereum. The Ethereum that comes from staking, a percentage is going to go to restaking and a percentage is going to go to rewards. What's the percentages?
Yeah, we'll go to percentages in a second.
Okay.
Because there is down here explained what type of percentages are going where. So anyone interested in this, they will have also access in the white paper, but we'll go over this.
Okay.
I first wanted to, but good question. I first wanted to basically explain the dynamic here and how these fees are flowing within the protocol. So we have WyvernX Core, and we have here several smart contracts. So we have WyvernX smart contract. We have WyvernX Vault smart contract, which lies in the kind of center, the heart of the whole protocol. Then we have TitanX Buy smart contract. Here we have Buy and Burn smart contract. And this here happens also with the help of the smart contract. It's basically responsible for staking in TitanX.
Okay.
Now, how this works is that the user starts here, right? We deposit TitanX into the WyvernX, and that TitanX is then being sent to the vault. Now, the vault stakes the TitanX and receives as a reward ETH. That ETH is then sent to the TitanX Buy smart contract. So users will have will be able to call a function that buys TitanX off the market with that ETH. And then this TitanX smart contract is responsible for compounding TitanX and sending TitanX as staking rewards back to the stakers. So at some point, this part will be gone, and all of the bought TitanX will be sent to the WyvernX stakers. And in the background, the back end, there is a small burning happening of the WyvernX. It's a relatively small amount, but it still kind of contributes to the deflationary kind of nature of WyvernX. So we will have a limited supply token plus some deflation in the back end. This just to get some extra points and buy pressure. Okay. Now, when it comes to the minting phase, as I mentioned, the hunters, you will be able to hire hunters that are with length from 1 day to 280 days, and they have a strength of 1 to 100, and you will be able to hire up to 100 hunters in one go to save gas. Now, the minting phase, this is the part where we disable minting. So minting phase will last as long as WyvernX doesn't own 41% of TitanX staking pool. So this design decision was because right now in TitanX there are no rewards, and in order to build the position, we will need to keep the hunters going as long as we reach that 41%. Once we've done that, we close the minting, and this is where the kind of the supply of WyvernX will be capped. So it won't be possible to mint any more of the WyvernX.
Okay. Hey, Dom, I've got a question here.
Yeah.
So on the hunters, say you have a a 100 power, 100 strength for 280 days versus 100 strength for 1 day, what's the difference in the amount of WyvernX that they'll get between a 1 day and a 280 day?
So what's the difference in these details will be kind of released on the day of the WyvernX release. So I want to keep that kind of still behind the scene secret, not to disclose, because this will then kind of dictate the price, and the price I want to keep still in the back end. Closer to the launch, I will release a little bit more information, what is going to be the ratio, what is going to be the price, and then what you're asking here is kind of mintable WyvernX per hunter. So this I want to keep in secret, if that's okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Right.
But definitely it will be disclosed closer to the launch of the project. When it comes to staking, this answers the question of what's the maximum length. That's 3,500 days. But as similar to TitanX design, there will be up until 2,888 days, as far as I remember, the bonus for staking long. And the remaining is kind of, it's your decision if you want to keep these tokens off the market.
Okay, the same as TitanX. TitanX, if you stake for 2,888 days, you get the maximum bonus at that point, right?
Exactly. Right. And in WyvernX, something that I really liked is that the war chest system, what we already have in Shogun. So we have also war chests in WyvernX, and the payouts, or those war chest loots, happen every 8 days, 28 days, 98 days, 369 days, and 888 days. So similar to TitanX, and I wanted to keep the 8 days payouts because, for those who are staking for longer, these 8-day payouts really matter, and kind of lowered the risk for anyone who's staking long, and they can still keep withdrawing some of the TitanX, to de-risk their position, so to say. Each war chest has a different amount of TitanX assigned, and these are the percentages. WyvernX stakers are rewarded in TitanX then from 3 sources. So as I mentioned, the first one is higher hunters. The second one is TitanX staking rewards once we are at this point where TitanX miners are profitable. And the third source that I wanted to introduce is a source that is also for the time when we're in the bear market. So when designing WyvernX, the thought was, well, what happens if we are going into a bear market? The bear markets in crypto are 3 years, and the bull market is 1 year. So in the bear market, what you definitely have is limited volume. The order books are thin. Most of the liquidity is gone, but the smart money is still there on the market. So they still trade, they still buy, and they want to buy cheap. But the trading activity happens. So even though we won't have miners, most likely in the bear market, we'll still have trading activity. So I wanted to make sure that those who are staking in WyvernX, they still get something. And that something was going to be that 1% from the liquidity pool fees. It's not much, some people might argue, but it's actually real activity from the network, right? So oftentimes the tokens are designed in a way that users are rewarded by inflating the supply, which is okay if there is a deflationary mechanism that can counter this, like in TitanX. But it becomes a problem if there's no deflation and there's only inflation. And sources like trading activity are actually a real source of fees that can be then, well, sent to WyvernX stakers for the fact that they are, keeping the price up. So that's one extra kind of design decision that WyvernX took, and this will be definitely a part of the rewards.
I like that, because that means that even if it's small rewards, there's going to be rewards every 8 days, every 28 days, every night. There's going to be rewards on all your pools
For 3 years, right? Because the bear market lasts 3 years. This is not, yeah. So and the trading activity will be happening because we're part of the TitanX ecosystem, and after the bull market, at least we hope that it will get so much exposure that there will be demand for all these tokens.
Yeah.
Right. Tokenomics. WyvernX design is based on several principles. Some of them I already mentioned in the beginning for those impatient, but let's go over them once again. So WyvernX will have a limited supply, will continuously buy and burn the WyvernX, but these are small amounts, around 5%. It will have programmed inflation, which ends at a certain point in time, is fairly launched, has locked liquidity without option to withdraw. Will have perpetual staking from three different sources. Will support TitanX deflationary nature by locking liquid TitanX supply. And of course, it's a finished product. There's no proxy contract. There will be no upgrades to WyvernX. There's no also further development. So it will be a ready-made protocol for anyone to participate.
Yeah, revoked contracts, right? Is that what they call
it? Which one? Say again.
It's revoked contracts. So there's no changes can be made.
Yeah. There's nothing that, like, normally you have an upgradable contract where you can just push some changes, and this is not possible here. And this is also part of the ethos, right, of TitanX, that all these contracts have to be immutable.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. Now the flow of the fees, this will also answer the second question you had about the compounding. So this is like divided in the smart contract. So WyvernX smart contract will send 73% of the TitanX from hiring hunters to the vault. So this is going to be then staked in the TitanX protocol. So 73%. 15% of the fees coming from the deposits are going to the war chest reward system. 7% is sent to the Genesis wallet of no expectation, and 5% is going to be sent to the liquidity bonding address, which is then going to support the liquidity pool.
Hey, is the pair going to be TitanX and WyvernX?
Yes.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Yeah. So the pool, Uniswap pool, will be between TitanX and WyvernX. Yeah.
Great.
I'll add that to the white paper. I guess it's missing. This information is missing. Should be there.
What were you going to say?
I was just saying, I think that's a great idea. I think that being connected with TitanX in your liquidity pools allows people to
trade.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, if Todd and I were talking about it the other day, it's like, okay, if I want to buy some Eden, I've got to take my Ethereum and turn it into TitanX, take my TitanX, turn it into Volt, take my Volt and turn it into Eden. It's like, it'd be nice if everybody's projects was had their a liquidity pool with TitanX, because that's the ecosystem we're in.
Yep, and it gives you more volume too. I mean, if you're paired with Volt, it's not going to be that great a volume. TitanX is always going to be the best volume. Go ahead,
yeah, I mean, I actually, when I was talking to Jake regarding the pools, this was one of the requirements for building on TitanX. So from my perspective, it was from the get-go, it's going to be TitanX, WyvernX. So
I agree. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Then next contract, we have WyvernX Vault. So here 100% of the TitanX collected in the vault is staked in TitanX. So in this case, the 100% is this 73%. Now, the rewards that are coming from TitanX that are going to be in ETH. So 80% of the claimed ETH is going to be sent to the buy contract, which then buys the TitanX off the market at the market price. And we have a small other fees that are, so 3% is sent to the person calling the function, 5% is sent to the Genesis address, 7% is sent to legacy contract, which is another protocol on Ethereum that is also programmed to burn TitanX, but it's not following all the built on TitanX kind of requirements. It doesn't have that pool with TitanX, and that's why it's not yet a project that is listed on TitanX Hub, but it still burns. It kind of contributes to TitanX deflation. So 7% is sent to a legacy contract, which is also a project that I'm standing behind. It's a legacy project that I also launched last year in October.
Oh, okay.
5% is sent to the WyvernX buy and burn contract, which is what I mentioned. There's a small burning happening in the background for the WyvernX. But here we're burning WyvernX and not TitanX. Now, the Titan buy contract, this is where this magic happens. So this contract is responsible for the buy pressure because it takes ETH and then purchases TitanX off the market and then uses these TitanX to either compound or reward WyvernX stakers. So when WyvernX has reached 51% share of TitanX staking pool, 97% of bought TitanX through Uniswap is then sent to WyvernX stakers as war chest loot. And 3% from that is sent to the liquidity bonding address. As mentioned before, this is a contract, an address that's going to be adding constantly liquidity to the pool so that there is activity, trading activity, and we can support lower slippage, so to say. When WyvernX has not reached that 51%, then 75% of the bought TitanX is sent back to the WyvernX vault for compounding, and 22% is sent to WyvernX stakers. So we have 22% from the Titan buy, and we have 15% from the hunters, which in total gives us 37% for the WyvernX stakers. But this here condition is that the miners in TitanX have to be profitable.
Yep.
And then we have buy and burn. Also not much happening here apart from the burning of WyvernX and these trading fees that are here going to the stakers of WyvernX. And here all this is also explained again on the diagram where you can have a look for those of you who are interested. Yeah. And that's pretty much it. The synergy model and WyvernX mission, this I will leave for everyone else to read on. But I guess this covers majority of the WyvernX. And yeah, I invite everyone who is interested in supporting TitanX ecosystem to join WyvernX. The launch of the project will be definitely this year, but we're waiting still for some market dynamic, more friendly market dynamic. And then, yeah, the launch will be published on Twitter, official Twitter, and Telegram. And if you're interested in the project, then join the social media, and yeah, let's build TitanX ecosystem together, the next bull market.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you explained this pretty much perfectly. So
yeah, I was thinking I was going to have a whole bunch of questions, but you covered everything, pretty much what I was going to ask.
Yeah, so that's that. I'm happy to hear that. I also wanted to go through this piece by piece. I know that for some people it still might be too long, but the TLDR we provided already in the beginning, so I guess we should be fine.
Cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you very much.
What do you think?
Yeah. Hey, Dom, we really appreciate having you on the show today. Thanks for coming and explaining your project. I think it sounds great. I can't wait to have it come out.
I'm also happy that I could join you guys, and I really like the idea, the concept of your project, and I keep my fingers crossed that all the other builders in the TitanX ecosystem come to you and can walk you through their white papers, so that
we're going to start bringing on more founders. When we saw yours pop up on TitanX Hub, we're like, you know what? Hey, let's start with Dom and see if
with the WyvernX one.
Yeah. So you're our first guest on our show.
Awesome.
That's my pleasure. It was really fun doing this with you guys, and yeah, I wish you lots of success on the channel, and that we bring way more exposure to TitanX ecosystem.
Yeah.
So let's do this together.
We wish you success on your project.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, that's it. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.